All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope you guys had a refreshing weekend. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend in its entirety. We got coffee and tea today. Oh, I was just eating some hash browns and the coffee after the hash browns like lost all its flavor. All right, let's do this. So, we have been scalping, like take it. We took a couple of scalps in between handling stuff, but you can see we are very much in a bullish pattern. We've been kind of steady grinding all the way up to this upside here. Just a slow grind all day toward the up, and that's not a bad thing. In my own personal opinion, like me, I kind of like trading these days where it's just kind of grinding um, because to me the price action is kind of predictable. That's one thing I really like about this. Like, I actually think that we may get a rollover here at some point. I mean, we're pretty diverged from the volume and average price. You can see that giant red giant square there. So VWAP's at 41.12, and we're about 20 above that. Um, so we're a little like extended, just a little bit. Uh, Not overly extended, but also we've kind of just been hitting highs for a while. I think that we need some time to pull back, which makes sense. It's about 7:30, and we often see a trend reversal around 7:30. So it's kind of right on cue. The volume is really good today. It's not like overly huge, but it's not so small to where nothing's happening. Um, you can see we're getting like 4,000, 5,000 contracts per volume, like per candle. So it's volume's pretty decent. It's not like overwhelming, which is cool. Um, and I'm just taking like two tick scalps today on 5 contracts. We're gonna bump that up to 6. Because remember, with the 50K account with Elite Trader Funding, you can actually take 8 contracts. Look for 2 ticks up. Got a doji here at the top. I don't really like that doji at the top, so I may just cut this right like real fast. Candle. Just looking for 2 ticks up. Just 2. I don't know if we're gonna get that. I'm gonna bump that down to 1. Got the 1. Okay, so we're up 575 on the day. This is all I'm really with days like this where it's kind of this like slow grind. You just gotta like take it easy, be chill, just hang out. And when you see an opportunity to take like a quick scalp, maybe like 2 ticks or 1 tick or 3 ticks or whatever, that's where you want to take that move. If you're trading in valuation, you're getting those fees that go along with it, and you're looking at $2.18 per contract round trip. So if you're taking 8, you'd be looking at a round trip. It's 436 for 2 contracts round trip. So yeah, it's 218. Okay, yeah, 218 per contract. So if you're taking this 8, you're looking at 1744. But I made 75 minus 1744, so you make like 57, 56 on 6 contracts. Did I do that right? I think I said 8 contracts. Yeah, I did say 8. Maybe like $60 or so. Here, this is the reversal we were looking for, or at least one of them. You can see we kind of have this like head and shoulders pattern almost at the top here. We got the head forming right now. So the next would be to land somewhere in this area and see if we bounce off there. If we bounce off there, we might do like an ABCD pattern. If we don't bounce off there, then we may get a pullback to the VWAP. And that's like right at this zone, this 41.28, maybe right there around 41.30. So, hey Tiny, good to see you. You ended red. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I actually so I was green in stocks on one account and red in two accounts. So um and right after right after I traded one, a different one actually, the one that I traded, that I was green in that one account and red in those other two accounts. It was the same stock, GOVX, and I got like part of the move, and it just didn't break out. So I was like green for a little bit, and then I cut it in the red. But that's one thing I like about futures, man. I don't need to worry about trading the right stock or the wrong stock. It's just choose either the Nasdaq or the ES or any of the micros. You're always trading the right thing. So one tick wonder, I love that. Going against the trend, dude. That sucks. That always sucks. No, we don't want that one. We want this one. Okay, so we are finally getting this rollover, which we've been kind of waiting for. Yeah, I've been waiting for that for a while. So getting like a bounce potentially off the 35. I'm gonna get a little more comfortable, although it's continuing to push down. We just got the crossover, the downside crossover. I think I'm gonna go for 3 ticks and let's try and get in like right here. Up 2, there's 3. So I started trading with 6 contracts because I was thinking I want to get a 50K account, which allows me to trade with 8 contracts. I really did mean to sign up for that over the Labor Day weekend and take advantage of that offer. And I just got busy, unfortunately. We've got 3 seconds left on this candle. Make it a green. There's that green. Looks like a lot of shorts filling right there. That's quite a big green candle, though. I actually wasn't expecting it to be that green. I was expecting it to kind of like come up to about here, like 41.32. The fact that it went to 41.34 kind of shows that there may actually be more support here than we may be interpreting. So there may actually be more support, and that additional support may prevent that head and shoulders pattern. Like I said, we may get an ABCD pattern if it doesn't break down below this area. If we do get that ABCD, then we'll likely continue bullish this the strong grind or slow grind to the upside with strong bullish movement. It's looking like it might be an ABCD pattern, which means this is probably the A and the B. So if that's the case, then we're expecting a C to pull back down to about this area, maybe like where the 35 is, the blue line. If we break down below this, then we could still continue that head and shoulders pattern. Right now, I'm just waiting, not eager to jump into any trades. There's the downward move, like the actual downward move. How much time we got left? This candle's over. Watch out for a green candle. All right, I'm gonna go look to go short about right here. Just looking for 3 ticks down. It might have been a good idea to go short there just because of how big this green candle was. Threw that down at one tick. I've gone break even and I've gone green like twice, just at one tick though. It's looking like it's getting more support than we'd want it to. I'm gonna cut it right there. We lost 3. No, we ended up. Yeah, we lost 300 on that one. I was trying to cut it down here at the bottom of the candle, and that's where we hit the flatten button, but it still pushed up before it actually filled. So that costed us another $150 or $225, somewhere in that range. Okay, so it did continue to push down. Right now, I don't think that I should make a trade. Right now, I think I should wait. The reason why I took that trade was because of this red candle and the momentum that it had. But if I really look at this, we're still above the 50, and I don't really feel like we're in a downward trend per se until we get below this 50 and well below it too. You know, I mean, like this 50 is so far away from the VO that honestly, like if we were to go drop below this like 41.28 level, then I think that we would actually get some bearish move to the downside, and that's more of like what I'd rather see. Right now, the trend is not obvious to me, so I'm gonna hang back. So how y'all doing? Dude, the like glare off this mug. I gotta fix the lighting. We're gonna hit that lighting up probably this week. Is the music too loud for y'all or anything like that? So we got green dots on the TTM, which means that we're crossing into that Bollinger territory for a potential buy. So I should say for its potential long. I don't personally like the chart though, as far as for a long goes. I mean, honestly, the chart looks more for a short, but I'm gonna drop this to 1 and see what we can do with 1 tick. Too quick short there, just a 1 tick scalp. Getting a green. We may actually get support here off this 50. If we do, then we'll probably see another run up to the highs. And the highs are at 41.37.75. And we're currently at 41.30. So about $7 variance there. What's that? 7 times 4 is 28 ticks. So it's not too out of the question to take a larger trade right there on that flip. In which case I would want to go many. I guess 10. I was thinking more like 12. That's totally like designed wrong. But that would be on that trend reversal if we get it. If we don't, I mean, it looks like we're gonna though. Like you can see the support kind of just hanging out there at the 50, and we've got the green dots on the TTM. 12 ticks would be $3. So that would essentially be a test of like right here. Let's give it a shot. Test the theory. We got in at 41.29. There is yellow on the TTM. That's what we want to see. So I'm going for 12 ticks. It's $3 worth. So that puts it up at 41.32. It's a pretty big ask. Where are we at now? We're up 6. We're halfway there. And gonna cut it right there. All right, made about 675 on that trade. It kind of dipped down on us when it came to the market order. Excuse me. But that was a really, really good trade. I gotta say, I mean, that was a really, really awesome trade right there. Very, very clean. Super, super clean. What's up, SPAC? What is up, SPAC? You can't chat, but you're listening. I appreciate, man. I very much appreciate you. The trend has never been obvious to me. Tiny, like, if the trend is not obvious to you, you may want to consider, this is not advice, not trading advice or anything like that, but one thing that you may want to look into is trend reversal trading. Because if the trend is not obvious to you, maybe trend reversals might be. Because that's happened to me before, where I was like trying to figure out, like, I was like, man, like, I can't tell which way the trend is going, but I was starting to be able to spot reversals. And it's essentially, once it gets extended enough, like extended far enough away from the view app, you know, like, it's like, how much more can this take, whether it's to the downside or to the upside? And are we starting to see support fill in? If we see that support or that resistance kind of show, then we can trade the other direction. So that's another method. If y'all chilling in here, please like, please subscribe, please ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff helps this channel grow. It's a free way to support this channel, and it's a way that it just shows YouTube that, hey, you know what? We are doing something here. We are providing valuable content and a community for people to come hang out and be safe. So let's jump back into the charts and see what we got going on. So we are getting close to this crossover. That was a really, really super solid trade off this little bit of a trend reversal here. I'm going to dip down from, I don't want percent. Get back to tick. I'm going to dip this down to 5 ticks, which is still pretty aggressive, to be completely fair. And if I was to take 5 ticks here, we're looking at, yeah, I wanted to get in at 25. Oh, well. Try getting it right there. Missed that entry. Oh, got it. But on a red, which is not what we want. So our exit point here is at 41.3275, which I don't really like that exit point. So I may drop this down to like there, like right at 41.32. Got that. And it's probably going to hit that, which it did. It tapped it. It just seemed a little aggressive, I think, for what it was. Okay, so now we're getting sort of this U-shaped pattern here. We've got the TTM sort of stacked up for a trend reversal there. And we got this possible crossover here on the 1226. So right now, I'd be looking for possibly a pullback to the 12 or just a straight up rip. The 9 is not above the 12 yet. So remember that we want that 9 to get above the 12 in order to really see that momentum going upward. But this does look pretty solid as far as a upward move. And with this slow grind, all the way, just continuing up, slow grind green. Um, there's a little bit more confidence, I think, from traders that are thinking to themselves, hey, this is probably going to continue to go up. I'm going to drop this down though to just 2 ticks, and I'm going to hit the bid right here, and we're looking for 2 ticks to the upside, which we just received. That's 1475 up on the day, and we're getting a little bit of a pullback, which is good, especially because we're getting that pullback on this this yellow on the TTM, which went from 1.8 to 1.27. So that's looking pretty good. We got a possible crossover. So basically, we're going to want to see this pullback. We're going to want to see this consolidation and support right here. And we're going to want to see a rip either off of this candle or off the next candle. That might have been the pullback that it's more of like a 10-second pullback as opposed to a 1-minute pullback. A 1-minute pullback, this candle would have gone red, and then we would have been able to bounce off of that. But frankly, it pulled back a little bit. Okay, this candle might still close red. There's 10 seconds left in this candle. If this candle goes red, then I'll probably go long. And I'll probably go long actually at 6 ticks. It went doji. I don't like that it went doji. That's okay. It's still looking pretty solid. We got a red dot on the TTM right before the cyan switch, so I'm gonna hang back. The fact that this went to a doji, you guys know how I feel about dojis at the tops of the move. Typically, when I see a doji, a lot of times I see a red candle. When I see a doji at the top, I see red to the bottom. When I see a doji at the bottom, a lot of times I see green upward. It's just a pattern that I've noticed. And so had this candle gotten red, I honestly would have been more inclined to take the next candle. But because it ended on a doji, that to me was like, okay, there's indecision up here towards this this area of resistance. And I don't like that indecision. This area of resistance being, you can see it here and here. So it's about 41.32. I'm going to mark it at that spot there, which is around 41.33 actually. And TTM at 0.1, very close to a cyan switch. We've got these red dots, meaning that we passed outside of the Bollinger Band. One day I'll get it. I always say Bollinger Band, like a banjo. It's Bollinger's banjo. I don't know. But one day I'll get it. Bollinger Band. Let's jump back in. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting that pop up. We did get a cyan on that. How much time we got left in this candle? We have 5 seconds left. That's a little more pullback than I want to see on that, but that's okay because we're getting this possible cross. 9 above 12, not above 26 yet though. We did get a cyan candle there. People probably hate how much I move the charts around, but I don't care. This is literally how I trade. I'm just always zooming in and out. That is a big rejection. Look at that. Rejected all the way down to the 50. Glad it didn't go long here. But like I said, this needed to be red because that would have indicated to me that we likely would have had a green for the next candle for the trend reversal. That's a really, really heavy red candle. So I'm guessing the next one, honestly, may end up being green. Just with people filling those shorts. I just love saying that. If we continue to short off this level though, and we continue to break down below this 50 and really kind of like below this previous spot that broke below 50, then I'm more inclined to think that we're going to pull back to the VWAP and actually complete that head and shoulders pattern, which kind of looks like it is. I mean, like to a degree, you've got this shoulder here, you got this head, and then you got this kind of like kind of shoulder going on. Um, so that little pop right there may not end up being a trend reversal, and this may actually end up being an ABCD, like we talked about earlier. So in that case, it would be A and then B, and then this would be forming the C. So then the D would be a bounce off of this 50, or possibly this area here. But my guess would be more the 50, and then an upward move from there. Right now, I'm not seeing a trade at the moment though, because right now we're like in between this like spot. We're like, do we fall down or do we bounce off that support level? And it looks like it might fall down, but you know, it like keeps like coming back down and coming back up. So right now it's in a for my own self, a no trade zone. I'll wait for this to choose a direction first. I'm just gonna check back in with y'all's. I gotta get a second monitor here. That way I can like have charts and chats. There you go, charts and chats. That honestly sounds like that could totally be like a cool like just hang out, talk about like stocks and futures. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Charts and Chats. So let's see. I've done it all, Lowell. I just never really seen them. Same with reversals. I thought I saw them, but was wrong. Way more than right. No worries. I think you use candle sentiment, but not sure if that's the thing. Yeah, candle sentiment. That is a thing. That was something that if you notice, I've traded on that as well. So basically, like candle sentiment would be like, all right, so you're trading this. Here, we can even do one, but we need to drop this to like one tick. So this candle basically filled up this much here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 reds in a row. But this candle is almost over, so we can't really do it on this one yet. So now we got a new candle. Okay, so this one is pulling back some. So we may want to get like an entry like right there. Candle sentiment is essentially like we got this candle that's moving a direction. We're gonna wait for it to fill up, like wick a little bit, and then essentially push off that. So there you go. There's a candle sentiment trade. Basically all we're doing is waiting for that to like wick and then fill back up through that wick and form that wick, and then once you see it kind of stall out, then that's our entry, and we're just looking for like a really quick scalp, 1 maybe 2 ticks, but I would never do more than 2 ticks with the candle sentiment trade. Took a candle sentiment trade there for another 75. Up 16.25 on the day in the simulator. We'll get back to do I know short? I just did. Tanya, I was just shorting just now. Yeah, so, but try to hold longer so you don't overtrade. Yeah, I understand that. Good name for a band. The Bollinger Band. Wow. Album charts and chats. Yeah. I totally do short, by the way. I short actually pretty often. Really, I just go with whatever the trend is. Like a lot of times, even whatever the candle is. So we did get a lot of this, a lot of these red candles here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. Definitely switched over to a downward trending. Gonna drop this at 2 ticks, and Now we do got green dots on the Bollinger Band on the TTM here, so we may get another one of these where it's like this, like sort of like little bullish move before continuing more downward. But I do think that we're going to pull back like toward the VWAP. I don't know if we're going to get the entire area, but if you guys recall, if you've been following the channel, there's one theory that I've been kind of like testing and just gathering data on, which is like if this 200 moving average over here, this red 200 simple, crosses above the volume weighted average price, are we going to see a overall trend reversal in due time? Not necessarily like right now or like right at that crossover, but doesn't mean that we're going to begin trending downward soon enough. I would say with, sometime within the next like 200 candles, I think. Does it mean that? It's a Q. Okay, so got some support off of 41.25. Not much. I mean, it's some. We got 2 candles worth of support. And we may see, we've got green on the Bollinger Band, so we may see another one of these moves that just happened here. Let's see how that looked. So for that to happen, we'd probably want this candle to go green, which is, it still can. It's only 15 seconds in. But if we get this third green in a row, then we may get a continued move to the upside, possibly for a test of 41.30. On TCM, we went from negative 1.8 to negative 2.1 to negative 2.8. And here we went negative 2.8 to 3.5. And here's our trend reversal here. Went negative 4 before the little reversal. Doesn't look like that one's gonna happen, and honestly, it looks like it's moving more towards the toward an actual bearish pattern. So that full head and shoulders did play out. There's the head, or there's the shoulder 1, head followed by the shoulder 2. So we did get that full head and shoulder play out. By the way, if y'all chilling, we've been streaming for about half an hour or so. Make sure y'all ring the bell, hit the like button, ring the bell for notifications, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Help the channel grow. And if y'all want to get email updates from me, the very first link in there is a link to join our email newsletter. It'll take you to our homepage and allow you to opt in. And there's stuff in there that we don't talk about anywhere else. Deals that we offer there for things like big discounts off of Lead Trader Funding, which is the program that we're trying to get funded in right now. And it's just also other content that we don't share anywhere else. You also get a reminder every day for our stream, which is just a link that just goes directly to the live stream. So, and that's Monday through Friday, not every day, but Monday through Friday, all the days that we stream. And that goes out like 5 minutes for the stream. So it just gives you a direct link. So yeah. So if y'all want to sign up for an email newsletter, we don't email like overly, like we don't email too much. We do send that stream reminder out every morning. But yeah, up 16.25 on the day. Just kind of hanging out. It's been, market's pretty much been slow grinding. We were slow grinding on Friday too, and Friday we ended up very green. I think we ended up $2,800 on the day or something like that in the simulator. I definitely got to get back into the evaluation, but we failed the evaluation last week again, unfortunately. I just think that like I need a larger drawdown, which is why I'm leaning more towards like the 50K account, because there are times like I've held trades where I'm like down $300 when I trade in the simulator, and I'm holding onto it because I can see the trend reversal happening. Whereas in my evaluation, those same trades I would end up cutting and taking the loss because I'm like, okay, well, I can only take so much loss before I fail the evaluation, so I kind of have to cut it. I can always get back in. Is kind of the idea that I tend to stick with on the evaluation. Whereas with similar, I'm like, okay, well, I'm down $300, but it's not that bad, not that big a deal. I can see the trend reversal happening, so I hold on to it and wait for that trend reversal on that candle or whatever, whatever that trade is. Wait for the trade to play out, and it ends up working out. And then I'm like, I'm more consistently green in the simulator and at much higher levels than I am in the evaluation, and a lot of it has to do with that exact situation. So that's why I think I may need a larger drawdown. So I think like the 50K is probably going to be the one that I go with. It's got $2,000 drawdown. By the way, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about Elite Trader Funding. That is this guy here. Elite Trader Funding is a super dope program. You guys can use the link in the description and promo code JSBEST, JSBEST, in order to get a lifetime discount on this. I believe it's 25% off right now, off of everything that you see here. I'm not certain though if it works with the fast tracks. The big promos that they've done, they excluded the fast tracks, so I would have to check that and see if it includes the fast tracks, but you can use promo code JSBEST. Also, when you guys sign up through that link, we do earn an affiliate commission, and it does help support this channel grow, support this channel's growth. And those affiliate commissions also go to allow us to do this on a more consistent basis. So 50K is the one that I keep talking about. It allows me to take 8 positions in the E-mini or 80 micros, but it also allows for a $2,000 drawdown. And taking 6 contracts is $75 a tick on the ES. So you know, getting down 300 is pretty easy to do, but also profits are pretty consistent. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the 50K account. So if y'all want to check that out, you can use the link in the description, promo code JSBEST, in order to get that lifetime discount on that. Let's go ahead and jump in the chart, see what we got. So we have continued trend downward. We are getting closer and closer to that volume average price. My guess is that we're actually going to just trend down and hit that VWAP. And because that's my guess, I'm going to put this at 5 ticks. And a little bit of pop here. That's outside of this Bollinger Brown. Where are we at? 41.21. VWAP's at 41.15. Try and short at 41.23. Get a flat in there because we got a doji on that. Gonna actually go long here because we got that doji at the bottom. And try and get that entry. I was going for like 5 ticks up, which is $1.25. So if we get another like green wick like this, so $1.25 at 6 contracts is worth $375 before tradable fees. Gonna flat out right there. Ended up only getting 75 just because it pulled back so much. Gonna join the bid here. Guess I should have stayed in. And gonna put this at 2 ticks. If you can see, we were our P&L on this particular trade hit a low of down 300. It's kind of like my limit, really, like what my risk level really. I kind of like keep it at around 300. Once it starts getting to like 450 and stuff, like it's at right now, that's usually when I'm a little bit like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's time. New candle now. I would have flattened it if it wasn't going to new candle. I would have cut it. The candle completely retraced the whole thing. And we ended up being break even on it. I'm going to put this at 1 tick. Just try and get out. I would say this is not a good trade on my part. Down to all right, got out $75. That was not a good trade on my part. I didn't think it performed that well. In all truthfulness, but that's why I'm saying that I think that I need like a $2,000 drawdown. It's because literally for situations like that, like where it doesn't look to me like it's just gonna dump and just collapse. Like it looks like I could still get out with like a small profit or something like that, but just in case I don't trade perfect every single time, you know what I mean? And I think that's why it makes more sense for me to go with a higher drawdown. It'd be interesting to see if we actually like bounce off this 4120. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen though. This did switch to red in the TTM. It's not much red though. It's almost like at the same level. This is like 5.4, and this one's actually at 5.4 as well. So they're kind of at the same point right now. But when I look at the 35 here, I can see the 35 is still below the 26. So we haven't gotten that like that other indicator that we've traditionally used for the last few years that indicates trend reversals, which is this 35 crossing over the 26. That's been a really, really strong and very accurate, like incredibly accurate indicator for me to indicate a trend reversal usually about 15 minutes before they actually happen. Sometimes it's like 5, but usually it's like 10 to 15. So, and I use that trend reversal, like I use that 35 and 26 crossover to identify trend reversals in stocks too and crypto. But in stocks, especially, it's incredibly powerful. But yeah, if y'all are hanging out, please like, please subscribe, please ring the bell for notifications, and also drop a comment in the chat. Just say what up. Just let us know you're here. It just brings more energy, brings more vibe. We need you, optimists. We need all of you. You guys are, you're here. You're optimist traders, and just drop a comment in the chat. We love and appreciate you, and just that feedback just lets me know that there's something awesome here. We've traded 86 contracts today so far. So if we do 86 and multiply that by 218, it means we would have paid about 187.48 in fees. So what do we got? 1775 minus 187. So we would have made about 1588 in the evaluation today. This is in the sim, in the Thinkorswim simulator. Okay, so this is that 35 crossover that I was talking about that indicates trend reversal. It's happening on this candle, this current candle. So it may fail, may not actually go down, but it's happening right now on that candle. And you can see just as it's happening, it's already getting a big green candle. Now, this candle likely won't be its big green, so to speak, but this 35 crossing above the 26 indicates that we may see a bullish trend reversal here shortly. That coincides with this TTM squeeze indicator down here and all these Bollinger Band dots as well. So the TTM went from red to yellow, and if it goes from yellow to cyan, then we'll probably get that that whole trend reversal. Now we're also getting that possible crossover as well. Now, all of that was surmised from the 35 crossing above the 26. So you see how much information the moving average indicators can actually help you with, and actually help you read those charts in a way to where you're being able to identify patterns based off of just the way that the lines move. So we got all that information just from this 35 crossing above the 26, and you can see we had a nice solid move as a result of that. Now, there's still more information here that we can draw from. We can see that the 9 is below the 12. The 9 being the yellow and the 12 being the cyan. These are EMAs, exponential moving averages, and the 9 being below the 12 indicates we're still on the short term. We're on downward move. If the 9 gets above the 12 on short term, we're on upward move. I say in short term because I'm talking about like right now, right this minute. The 9 and the 12, those two crossing over or running parallel the way that they're doing right now is a really, really strong indicator of what direction the trend is going for the moment. And I say for the moment because the 9 to 12 are very short indicators, but they really, really help us determine what the trend is right now, right this second. So 9 below the 12, this indicates that we're still continuing down. And if this 9 crosses above this 12, then it indicates that, hey, maybe on our next candle, we're going to see upward move. So, but that 9 would have to cross above the 12 first. That's just one way that you can use indicators to be able to judge trend or to be able to pick entries as well. So you can use indicators in that way. I specifically like the moving average indicators, the exponentials, and then simples have their place as well. So for those simples that I have on my chart, this 26, this white line is a simple, and this red line here, this 200 is a simple. All the rest are exponential, and this purple line is the volume weighted average price. If you guys are don't know what a VWAP is essentially the average price at which most of the volume has been traded on the day. And it's kind of used as a social sentiment. If you're above it, you tend to be socially, the sentiment tends to be bullish. If you're below it, the sentiment tends to be bearish. Excuse me. Very brave. I can do 2 contracts. Yeah, no worries. Always just trade to your own risk tolerance. Don't try to copy me. Like literally, don't try to copy me. And you'll hear other traders say that. If anybody does try to copy them, you may want to look elsewhere because, yeah, you don't want to copy trade. You want to develop your own strategy, your own style, and your own ability to be able to interpret the charts because everybody's going to see the charts differently. What I can do is I can describe how I see the charts, and maybe some of you guys will see what I see, and maybe some of you guys will get some value out of it. Maybe some of you guys will be able to actually apply it to your own trading, or maybe maybe you're like, I see it completely differently, and that's cool too. I think that the one of the really cool things about trading is that everybody has a different perspective and a different way to see the charts. We did get a bounce off this this level here. This 4120 held support really well. So this was one that we drew in. I don't even know when we drew this in. Probably a couple days ago. Probably last Friday, if I had to guess. But we pulled back. We bounced off of it. We rejected here at 41.23, then pulled back again and bounced off of it again. Now we got that 35 that crossed up with the 26, and that told us that, hey, you know what? We're probably going to get an upward trend. And it looks like we're getting a bit of a trend reversal right now. So we got a possible crossover happening up here. I'm going to switch this up to 12 ticks. And yeah, it's on 12. So we're at 41.25 now. I'm going to look for a test of about... So I'm in at 41.25. I honestly probably could have got a better entry, but I don't want to miss this move. So we're also getting a little bit of a cyan switch just now, just starting. We have to get above the 50 in order for this to really start to return back to bullish movement. But we are getting the crossover, the 1226 crossover, which is a really powerful indicator, really powerful crossover move. That strategy is one that I've used for a few years now in stocks and crypto. And it also, surprise, surprise, applies to futures. So making a pullback here at this 50. This 50 may act as resistance for a little bit. But I do think that we are going to switch. The one thing that I'm not liking out of my indicators right now is the red dots on the TTM. That's the one thing I'm not liking. The other is that, okay, there's our cross. Now you can see, I was mentioning a few minutes ago about when the 9 crosses above the 12, that puts us in short-term bullish action. And you can see that's exactly how the chart is playing out. We got that short term, that bullish action that's happening because the 9 crossed above the 12. This one's probably one of the most reliable crossovers. Now, it's reliable for quick and like small moves. Okay, so you're not looking for a momentum trade with that. You're looking for just a quick, upward momentum. The reason why I'm taking a larger swing here is because it wasn't just the 9 that crossed above the 12. It was also the 12 that crossed above the 26. So we've got 2 indicators that are indicating a larger momentum move. And then down here on the TTM, we've also got the cyan switch. Now the cyan switch is not complete right now because we got the red dots, and we just got a green dot here with the cyan switch. So that gives us 3 indications of an upward momentum bullish move. Now the last 2 indicators that we would really want to see is we would want to see the 9 and the 12 get above the 35 and above the 50. In order for that to happen, we would have to break above this 50 EMA, above this 50 moving average, which I think that we're probably going to get here in the next candle or so. We'd want to see a sustained break above this 50 EMA. I honestly could have got a better entry on this, and I really wish that I had. But I didn't want to risk missing out on what could have ended up being a really large rip. And we still may end up getting that rip. We got a doji at the top, which you guys know I don't like. And we did bounce a little bit above that 50. Now, and we are getting pretty decent divergence, by the way, on the 1226. You can see the 26 here and the 12 right there, the cyan, the 26 being the white line. And on the TTM, we went from 0.2 to 1 to 1.6 to 2.0. So we're getting a factor of about 0.4, maybe 0.5 on each TTM candle. So that's reasonable momentum. I'd like to see more like a 1 point, or like a 1.5. Then we'd probably see like a nice big rip. But we are getting some upward move here. Right now we got 1, 2, 3 green candles followed by a doji, then 1, 2, and we're on our third green candle. Now we were looking for 12 ticks. We got in at 41.25. Our exit point is 41.28. That would be a total profit of $900 in the simulator if we actually hit it. We are very close to hitting it. Very, very close. 41.28 is our exit point. There we go. We got that. That was a $900 trade on the simulator. Entered about right here off of this 50 for a move up. Now, what we did was we were looking at the indicators that we have set up. Our very first indication was this this blue EMA 35 crossing above the 26 SMA. By utilizing that indication, that let us know that, hey, you know what, we're likely going to have a trend reversal to the upside. So that was the thing that told us ahead of time that we were going to likely see that upward move. That was one. Second was we waited for this 1226 crossover. Once that happened, then you can see we just go and just fly up there. Also the 9 above the 12. Now the other thing is the 9 is now getting above the 50, and the 9 and 12 have already broken above the 35. This is looking really strong for a nice upward move, pretty heavily, potentially even a test to the of the highs, but we have yet to see on that. In the spam call right now, it literally says scam likely. Was what my phone lit up and said there. So those moves right there are using those indicators are incredibly powerful. I don't know that I would want to trade without them personally. And I've used them in stocks, I've used them in crypto, and I've used them in futures, and I've used them successfully pretty much 90% of the time. It's incredibly accurate and very, very valuable, I think, in terms of trading. We've got a lot of green here and no red in sight. TTM has moved up to 4. I certainly could have traded through this zone here because we got out at like right here at 28. We got out on this candle, so we certainly could have traded through this zone here, but I don't know about the plus 12. We're gonna drop this down to like a 3. And it looks like we're getting a pullback now, but I don't know how much this is actually going to pull back, because the fact is we've got all these indications indicating upside momentum. 9 above 12, 9 and 12 above 50, 9, 12 above 35. We've got the 1226 crossover, and we've got the TTM. So we have a lot of indicators indicating upward move. Now we are getting a doji at the top, and once again, you guys know I don't like a doji at the top. Doji at the top usually means, from my own perspective, from my own experience, I usually tend to see if we get a doji at the top, if we end, not if we're getting, but if we end on a doji at the top, then usually I've seen us fall down from there. Now, same if we end as at a doji on the bottom, I've seen us push up from there more consistently on one side or the other. So right now we have not ended on a doji. We've been fluctuating on a doji, but we still got 10 seconds left in this candle here. So so we'll have to wait and see another 3 seconds. Okay, did not end on a doji. Still getting a pullback anyway. Got a green hammer candle. I don't know what to do with this, so I'm not going to do anything with it. I think it's going to continue to push up, but it's not solid enough for me yet. Got resistance here at 41.30. Of $2,675 on the day in the simulator. I can't wait to take this, just take this to the evaluation and hopefully do a 50K evaluation where we have a larger drawdown. Because I want to trade exactly how I want to trade. because it tends to work quite well. We did have one crappy trade. We ended up pulling profit out of it, but we had one really crappy trade that I just didn't trade well, and that was in this area here. Actually, I think it was further back. Either way, you guys saw it. All right, 4130 resistance. It's looking like we want to break over it. TTM is went from 5 to 5.6 to 5.9. That's looking pretty solid. I'll take entry off 4131 if we can. Drop this off 3 ticks. Put this on 2. Up 27.50 on the day. We took 1 tick on that last trade. So good day so far. All right, so we're about an hour in. We're probably going to go ahead and shut it down there. We're ending the day up $2,750 in the futures simulator in Thinkorswim, up $2,750. That would be before fees. We took 98 contracts, so let's go ahead and subtract fees out of that now. So 98 times $2.18. That's round trip for 1 contract. So that would have been $213.64 in fees. So let's take our 2,750 minus 213.64. That means that this would have been a profitable day of $2,536.36. I like that, 36.36. Not a bad day, if I do say so myself. So, absolutely, guys. Please take a look at the links in the description. Join our email newsletter. We appreciate it. Everybody who joins, we appreciate you guys. We do respect your email address, and we do respect. I'm getting like Facebook messages. We do respect you guys' email address, and we do respect that we're not spamming you and sending you guys a bunch of stuff. Also, guys, too, if you want to donate directly to the channel, there's a PayPal donation button in the link. So just go ahead and click it and put in whatever amount. It could be $1, be any amount. It doesn't matter. $1, $100, $1,000, doesn't matter. That's all on you. Whatever you guys want to do, if you guys want to at all. And lastly, guys, if you guys want to earn funding in the futures market, exactly what we're trying to do here. Elite Trader Funding is a super dope program. I love these guys. I've been really happy with their customer service. I've been really happy with their community and everything that they've done to try and help me succeed as well. I love their packages. They're incredibly competitive on pricing, and they do offer a lot of deals on a very consistent basis. So right now, I believe it's 25% off. Use the link in my description and promo code JSBEST. That will get you 25% off for life, not just 1 month. So for life. And like I said, you guys can get like a $2,000 drawdown or even a $2,500 drawdown. You can earn funding all the way up to $300,000 with a $7,500 drawdown. So absolutely a lot of opportunity here in order to earn funding in the futures market, avoid the PDT rule, and just have the ability to trade with someone else's money. I think it's a amazing concept. Personally, you don't got to put your own money up. I think that's dope. And lastly, guys, if you guys want 6 free stocks, go ahead and sign up for Webull. And I trade Webull every day. I already traded it today. And get your 6 free stocks. You use my link. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me while we talk about that stuff. I was going to jump in the charts real quick before we take out here and see if we see another opportunity. Got a very nice U-shaped pattern breakout, and honestly, looking like it might even get another rip off this pullback here. TTM's at 6.3, and Let's check the 5. The 5 is on a cooldown. Actually, the 5's on like trend reversal. So the 5 already cooled down. That was through this area here. So where is this? So this is actually a red on the 5. So yeah, just be careful if you're trading futures today. But we definitely got like a slow grind up. Now, hey, there's that 200 crossing over the VWAP that we were talking about as our theory. Remember our theory, guys? Our theory is if this crosses over, if the 200 simple moving average crosses over the volume weighted average price, does that mean we're going to start trending downward in another hour or two? Something to watch. So, all right, guys. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate each of you. And peace out, optimists. We will see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30 Pacific, and that's 10:30 market time. All right, optimists. Peace. See you tomorrow.